So here's just a little look of the top's dragonfly sheath mounted onto my Condor 2 by Maxpedition. Very comparable to the K-Bar BK16. You can actually fit a wide variety of blades in this sheath. A lot of moras, Mora Cansbull, Companion, even the Becker 16 or 17 would fit in there as well. But this is the only good thing about this type of sheath that Tops makes is mounting it to a backpack. Because when you wear it on a belt, this top portion rips off so easily from the velcro that you don't have that secondary top flap as security anymore with the buckle. So that's pretty much garbage. They really should have went with button snaps here, because multiple times I have been, crouching or leaning or in a car seat or something, and multiple times this Velcro would just pop off and I'd be at a weird angle and the blade would literally just flop out. Even sometimes with this on, there's still so much flex that the blade handle would be popping out like that, and then it would just fall out. So the sheath, unless you're mounting it to a backpack and you were to install rivets on this part, or just run your paracord through these holes and add a toggle for the grommets, it's absolute garbage. I would highly recommend getting a Kydex sheath made, or going with the Tops leather sheath that they provide. So that's the only bad thing I would say. So on to the rest of the review. Tops Dragonfly. Probably one of my favorite bushcraft or camp knives, survival knives that I've ever used. My second gripe about the Tops knives, actually 2 or 3 points. They never sharpen the top of the spine, so you have to grab your file out so that it can actually strike ferro rods. And putting a microbevel on a Scandinavian grind, I get it. Adds a bit of strength, a little easier to sharpen because you just feel where the grind is, and then you just pop up it, and then you just pop up the stone a little and then whoosh, pass it on. To me, I just prefer a true Scandi grind, because putting on a secondary bevel on a Scandi grind like this just turns it into a very low saber grind. So that's kind of like putting bike tires on a Ferrari. It's just, it kind of defeats the purpose. So I'll leave it as is. If I do in the future feel like I need to, I might even experiment and just get one of my friends to do a regrind and make it a true Scandi, more like a Mora. Other than those points, it's an absolutely amazing knife. Tops is known for making sharpened prybars, and that's kind of what I'd put this in. You get a full tang here. Really nice palm swell. This was designed by a Canadian, by the way, hence the dragonfly with the maple leaf. Got your serial number, Tops logo, name, 4.5. That's the blade length. It's 4.5. It's 9.75 inches overall. 5.25 inch handle. It's 7.25 ounces. So it's pretty hefty, but you know it is not going to break. I'm pretty sure you could baton through a moose pelvis with this thing. You've got some nice liners on the micarta. And you can see there's hardly any oxidization or rust or anything on the seam of where the handle and the micarta meets, because I borrowed some of my friend's snow seal product, which is used for leather. But I find that rubbing it along the spine and a little bit into where the liners are is making it absolutely like snow and waterproof. So I don't think there'll be any future rusting problems with this bad boy. You got multiple lashing points here on the handle, which I actually really like. I can get a full confirming grip with this lanyard that I slapped through. So there's no way this is going to come out of my hand. So there is a bit of a coating on this bad boy. I believe it's a powdered finish. I could be wrong. You can see that there's a high amount of patina on there from cutting so many different types of fruits and vegetables all summer long on the farm, cutting meat. This thing has been through the absolute ringer, batoning wood and carving feather sticks and carving spoons and stuff. Yeah, absolutely awesome knife. I just wish it could have did something at this junction up here, making sort of a forward choil, but you know, resting your finger on a bit of this hump isn't a bad thing. And it's so simple in its shape. You just got this elliptical style blade. You got this pretty straight handle with a very basic palm swell to it and finger dips. And I tell you, it's probably one of the most comfortable knives I have ever used. Here's just a quick comparison to Spyderco PM2. Gives you a little bit of a relative size of what it's like to carry that blade around. But there's a lot of good things about this knife. If you find this for about $200 or so Canadian, if you find it for less, definitely pick it up. It's worth it. I was originally wanting to get a Tops Bob again, but I got a really good deal with this used on eBay, so I swapped it. If you're thinking about getting the Tops Bob or this one, I believe this is just a tiny bit lighter than the Tops Bob, but if someone wanted to offer me a trade for a Tops Bob, I'd probably take it, because I do like how the Tops Bob has a bit of the finger grooves on the top of the spine. It has that jimping, but they do have a very similar drop point style bushcrafting blade, although the Tops Bob has a bit of a more abrupt belly at the tip, whereas this one has a more continuous sweep. But I absolutely love the simplicity and hard use that you can put this knife through.